I am PJ. What is this thing saying? Who knows? Every prepper video channel out there is talking about the coming shortages, whether it's supply shortages, food shortages, fertilizer shortages. Heck, I have even talked about it a little bit on Patreon, but in a non-doomer porn kind of way, in a the sky is falling, we're all gonna die, man. It's just like, yeah, it's probably coming. We look at the world and we see, Finland wants to now join NATO. And, what's that going to do to Russia? The whole reason they went into Ukraine in the first place was because, encroaching on their borders, all of that. We discussed that there. Can we agree that the world is currently unstable, that surprises are in store, bad times are possibly coming, and there's nothing you or I can do to stop that? It's coming. What's going to happen is going to happen. What you and I can do is prepare to the best that we can. Hopefully prepare in a non-hyperventilating way. Right? No, just look at what's coming on. Do an assessment of what you think is going to happen in and around you, where you live. Figure that out. Look at where you're at. Whether where you live physically or the supplies you do have already, the skill sets you have already, and then decide where you need to up your game, right? I mean, that's what you got to do. I have friends in various industries. I talk to people on the rare occasions I leave Shofar Mountain, and I talked about this on Patreon. I talk about everything on Patreon. I'm there every day. But I was talking about how I met this guy at the local county co-op, and he was talking about fertilizer and how there's just a lack of fertilizer in the system, and it's hard. They think they're going to run out, yada, yada, yada. So that's an issue. I have friends in the medical supply side of industry, and they have been experiencing shortages. And yes, that is the purpose of today's video. How are you set up to be on your own in a medical situation? How are you set up when one calls 911, all one gets is beep, 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 beep. All circuits are busy now. Please try again later. When you're on your own. See, that's what I preach. I preach being self-reliant. Being able to take care of yourself, you and yours. And none of us are, not even me, is totally self-reliant. But that doesn't mean we don't try to do as best we can. So how are you set for medical? Seriously. There has been big hiccups in the medical supply industry of late. Things have been hard to get. I am friends with they are my brethren at Refuge Medical. RefugeMedical.com. They sell medical supplies. They haven't been selling as many because they haven't had them, and they provide medical training. In fact, we have a class for all of the Shofarians, which is what we call our tribe, our mag, our whatever. We have a 2-day class that we're taking with Refuge Medical. That's coming up because everybody needs to know this stuff. But they let me know, and so I'm letting you know. The Adventure Medical Kit right here. I've done a video on this before. It was out of stock. They have a limited number of these back in stock, if you will. Yes, I did. I told the patrons first. Because I figure, if they really want to be there, I'll give them a heads up. But there are still a couple left. And if you want one, the time to get one is now. So I'll do a quick review. This is not going to be the in-depth review like I did last time, but this is called the Adventure Medical Kit. It has Cordua nylon. I don't know what denier it is. It feels like it's about 1,000 denier. It's a very well-made bag. It has a handle on the top so you can carry it like a lunchbox. It has a shoulder strap that's adjustable, so you can carry it across chest or over your shoulder like this. It has the requisite, what is this, Molly straps and stuff, so you can put it on like the back of a car seat or, you know, whatever, put it on a backpack. It comes in a variety of colors. I asked for this color, has a reflective stripe on it. And then let me just open it. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but this is a comprehensive kit, and you can't do better. You cannot do better in the country. Look inside this guy. I did a video on Patreon where I talked about establishing medical survey teams, where basically your group, your crew, your mag, sometime after an event, when things calm down a little bit, you kind of want to know what's going on in your AO. You go out with a security team and medics, and you go check on your neighbors, see if you can help them. And you're doing a couple things. You're generating goodwill. You are helping people in your neighborhood. A strong neighborhood is a resilient neighborhood. You're gathering intel for yourself, right? You're learning things. A bag like this would be perfect for that. A bag like this, the Adventure Medical Kit, would be great in your vehicle. It would be great at your church. It would be great in your classroom. This thing is set up to handle all kinds of problems. And just very quickly, Adventure Medical Kit 2.0. Let me show you some of the contents. You can freeze the picture and look at them. That's not all of them though. And then I have more back here. It has more. Also, I'll put a link to their website, and you can go down and read all about it. I also got the enhanced surgical kit, which has these items in it. How are you set for medical? How are you set to deal with real-world problems? Because here's the thing. You know, I was for years a SEER instructor, Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape. And almost every real-world survival situation starts out with, includes in the beginning of it, an injury, a physical injury of some kind. When this world goes poof, do you think that someone you love, someone you care about, perhaps yourself, is going to experience an injury? Yeah, and there's gonna be no 911. Right? You're on your own. And so give them a look. Give Refuge Medical a look. I will put a link to them down below for this kit. I'm not going to promise that these kits are going to be available for a long time. So seriously, do what you want. But if you want one, I suggest you jump on it. Maybe. I'll see you out there.